is a proclamation recognizing the Big Cypress National Preserve for earning a Silver Tier Dark Sky Place designation by the International Dark Sky Association, which distinguishes the preserve for having good quality night skies and exemplary nighttime lightscapes with minor impacts from light pollution. Accepting the proclamation from the Big Cypress National Preserve are Tamara Winnington, Superintendent, J.D. Lee, Deputy Superintendent, Dennis Bartolino, Chief of Facilities, Christine Clark, Management Assistant, and Luke Gomerman, Park Ranger. If you'd please step forward and receive your proclamation.
Why don't you?
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Commissioner Nance, would you like to say a little something?
Let's have a photo up first.
Okay.
Boy.
To go back to their seats and everything.
Superintendent Whittington's going to speak.
Go ahead, Kristen.
My turn?
Yep.
Okay. Well, good morning, everybody, and thank you very much to the Commission and especially to Commissioner Nance for recognizing Big Cypress here today. We're very excited about this and very glad to be here. I do want to quickly introduce the staff that you mentioned because everybody played a huge role at Big Cypress. J.D. Lee, our Deputy Superintendent, Christine Clark, Management Assistant, and Luke Gomerman. The reason I wanted to point these folks out, this was a 4-year process to get us to where we are now. This all started in the winter of 2012 when our seasonal ranger, Luke Gomerman, he discovered a telescope in a storage room. That's the guy there. He held our first evening night sky program in January of 2013, and we have since held 34 interpretive programs on night sky topics at indoor and outdoor venues to over 2,200 visitors. That's huge. We set our sights on the IDA certification in March of 2013. Once we heard of IDA's mission is to preserve and protect the night sky environment and our heritage of dark skies through environmentally responsible outdoor lighting, something that's very near and dear to all of our hearts. Luke got us started on this multi-year endeavor, and with the support of J.D. Lee, it's 2016, and we now have this certification. In the months that followed after Luke got us started, we began preparing what we called Cypress's Outdoor Lighting Management Plan. This is a long endeavor itself, a document that specifies when and where outdoor lighting is necessary, and if deemed necessary, the guidelines regarding night sky friendly practices, including shielding, the use of motion sensors and timers, and the use of appropriate lighting levels such as light, color, and intensity. To qualify as a dark sky park, 67% of existing lighting was required to be night sky friendly. That's a lot. Thanks to our Chief of Maintenance, Dennis Bartolino, who could not be with us today, we removed 65 lights and retrofitted 54 lights to reach a current compliance level of 85.6. And we have a commitment to reach 100% compliance within the next 10 years. We also held meetings with our private landowners and others with leased lands throughout the preserve, as well as with our 2 federally recognized tribes. A lot of work went into that, and thanks to Christine Clark for her role in that part of it. We finally, in October 2016, received the certification as an international dark sky park, and that's why we're here today. We now look forward to working with nearby municipalities to develop outdoor lighting guidelines that further minimize light pollution across South Florida. Again, many thanks to the staff of Big Cypress and to you all for recognizing us through this proclamation today. Thank you.
Don't you have like 729,000 acres in the Big Cypress? Yes, I think people ought to know that that's 729,000 acres in preservation forever. And that's a wonderful, wonderful acclamation to you as you watch it, preserve it, care for it, and now the Dark Skies program. Great.
Yes. I am very, very excited. The Big Cypress National Preserve has a wonderful staff in Superintendent Whittington, who has joined us recently, and under her leadership and the leadership of Deputy Superintendent Lee, I think one of the most magnificent wildlands that we have in the United States is being managed in a wonderful, wonderful way. And the Big Cypress National Preserve, during my time here on the board, celebrated its 40th anniversary, and very few people know that over 700,000 acres that was put into preservation was the first national preserve in the nation. And it's a wonderful accomplishment to our other state parks, areas in preservation, and of course the Everglades National Park, which is right there as well. So between these, all these lands in preservation, Collier County currently has over 78% of its land mass in conservation, public ownership, or otherwise protected from development in perpetuity. What a wonderful, wonderful thing. To put 700,000+ acres in perspective, for those of you that have visited the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, which I imagine many of you have, to our north, Great Smoky Mountains National Park, which seems like one of the most vast areas you could ever gaze upon, is only 500,000 acres. So the Big Cypress National Preserve is almost 50% wider of some of our greatest wetlands and wildlands. So congratulations to everybody's effort to do this, and thank you for safeguarding and managing a wonderful asset to Collier County, the state, and the nation. Thank you so much.
Commissioners, if I could get a motion to approve today's proclamations, please.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Done.
Madam Chair, we have a 10 a.m. time certain, but I would recommend we get through our presentation items. The 10 a.m. can wait.
Yeah, we've got a
few
bunch
minutes.
of people just standing there.
Yes, ma'am. Item 5A.